And welcome here to the United States Air Force Academy, Clune Arena, here in Colorado Springs, as we get set for Mountain West Conference basketball. As the Air Force Falcons play host to the DU Pioneers. Welcome in, everybody. Josh Alba alongside Roland Vargas. And Roland, when you take a look at the records, the Falcons come in 4-1. They're coming in off a big tournament victory in Florida. A lot of momentum today against the DU Pioneers.
Yeah, and Air Force played absolutely fantastically well down in the Sunshine State. They deserved those 2 wins, but they're coming in against a DU team that's gotten a win themselves. A really good performance against Houston Baptist. So this sets up for a really good afternoon matchup here at Clune Arena.
Well, as you take a look at the numbers for both these teams, Air Force shooting it at a 47% clip. DU a few percentage points behind, but bottom line is this is a Falcon team that really prides itself on defense, and they have been locked solid against their opponents this year in terms of defending against that jump shot.
Air Force has been so active this season already. You can see the defensive intensity on that end of the floor. They're going to look to turn that into some quick-fire turnovers and points here against the Pioneers.
Yeah, opponents shooting just 40% against the Falcons this season. Well, one of the key catalysts early on to that 4-1 start for the Falcons, A.J. Walker. He was the tournament MVP down in the Sunshine State, and A.J. leading scorer coming in here this afternoon.
And the last time we saw him here at Clune Arena, as we're seeing on these clips, he had 16 against Texas Southern. A.J. Walker leading with his experience, his pace, his quality. It's been fantastic all over the court for the Falcons early on in this season.
On the flip side, for the DU Pioneers, they come in at 3-3, but K.J. Hunt, one of several transfers on this team. He is an impact player leading this Pioneers team in scoring at 17 a game.
Yeah, shooting 50% from the field, almost 45% from three. K.J. Hunt, he's been huge. Air Force is going to have to slow him down this afternoon.
This DU team comes in averaging just under 68 points a game. It's the Pioneers, it's the Falcons. For the 54th time, we'll bring it to you when we come back. It is a Wednesday matinee here at Clune Arena, United States Air Force Academy, Air Force and the DU Pioneers. The Falcons trying to keep that 4-game win streak rolling along against a familiar rival. Hello, everybody. Josh Alba alongside Roland Vargas. And Roland, the Falcons and the Pioneers bidding for the 54th time. And for Air Force, they go with the usual suspects, Walker, Taylor, Highbritter, Octave, and Mormon. And for the Pioneers, Johnson, Smith, and Hunt, and more. The starting 5, the Falcons in a home white. Gray numbers attacking from left to right. Of course, this is a familiar matchup with Air Force head coach Joe Scott in his 6th season. Spent 9 years as a DU head coach. And for DU, first-year head coach Jeff Wolbrin. And the inside pass, Walker with the left hand, continuing where he finished up in the state of Florida. Red hot, this time with the left hand.
Yeah, beautiful cut to the basket by A.J. Walker. A little head fake, then went up with the left. Good start for Air Force.
3 ball, up and good. Jordan Johnson, second leading scorer on this Pioneers team, hits his first triple of the game, shooting 30% from beyond the arc, and counter-punch here. DU retakes the lead. They'll go over to the left side to Walker. Up top, this is Highbritter. Rotation to the corner. Taylor. Walker thought about the 3-1 dribble. Good rotation here. Baseline, 7 to shoot. Taylor, extra pass, long 3. Octave, no. Rebound tipped around. There's Highbritter to secure for the Falcons.
Yeah, great second chance play from Air Force, just keeping that one alive.
This Air Force team comes in averaging 63 points a game. DU gives up 65 a game. 5 to shoot. Octave. And throws it away. Turnover number 1 here for the Falcons.
Yeah, it was good spacing by Air Force on both of those opening possessions. Just a little bit too eager on that pass. And it flies into row 1. DU will take that, and they'll take their time.
Falcons averaging 14.2 turnovers a game. Zip pass inside here for the Pioneers. K.J. Hunt, turnaround no. And Taylor secures here for the Falcons.
Just a little bit too much on that one from Hunt on the fall away.
There's Walker. Up top, Highbretter off the jab step. And turn it over the other way. That's going to be offensive.
Yeah, it's on Highbretter. Just didn't slow up his momentum. Gave off the ball to A.J. Walker and then just ran right into Tevin Smith.
A little bit of a bump there, and first personal foul for the freshman out of Floyd's Knobs, Indiana, just right outside of Louisville. Off the screen, here's Johnson up top to Moore. 14 to shoot here for the Pioneers, a team coming in 3-3. As Roland mentioned of the pregame, that win over Houston Baptist 74-61 on Sunday. Drive down the lane, good defense there. Taylor comes out of there with the basketball taken back. And a chance for the three-point play. Tevin Smith, the freshman out of Danville, Illinois. And DU is a free throw away from going up 4 here in the opening minutes.
Great persistence from Peyton Moore. Saw his initial shot blocked and then just fights to win it back. Gets it over to Tevin Smith. He picks up the harm. Shot goes in. He'll look for 3 at the line.
Tevin Smith, a 58% free throw shooter as a team. The Pioneers from the free throw line shooting 66%. And good for the old-fashioned three-point play here. 4-point lead, 17 and change to go here in the opening half. Again, 54th meeting between these two schools. Air Force leads the series, 27 wins. DU's won it 26 times. And a 3-ball. Up and good. And A.J. Walker, he scored the first 5 points of the game for the Falcons.
Yeah, DU just giving A.J. Walker too much space. He's able to step into that one, drain it from dead away.
Falcons 2 for their first 3 from the field. 1-point game. Johnson over to the right side. Rotation here. Here's Hunt. Zips it inside to Johnson. Steps out with 10 to shoot. Drives down the lane momentarily. Loose ball. Johnson has it. 5 to shoot. 3 Falcons around him. 2 to shoot. Hunt. Long 3. Back iron. And the rebound secured by Lucas Moorman.
Great fight from Air Force defensively, forcing that shot as the shot clock expired.
Up off the bench is Taylor Gatling getting set to check in here for the Pioneers at the next whistle. 16 and change remaining here in the opening half and a 1-point game. 9 to shoot here. Moorman looking left, goes to the right side. Highbretter. Good ball fake. Can't get the shot to fall. And that's going to be last touch by DU.
Yeah, good hesitation from Highbretter. And here will be that change that you mentioned for the Pioneers.
Hunt out. Taylor Gatlin in. Gatlin, a senior out of Jackson, Mississippi. 6'3", averaging a couple of points a game. Here we go, 20 seconds on the clock here. Go inside. And this is Jeffrey Mills coming in off the bench here for the Falcons. Mills setting that screen, pops out now. 2 to shoot, they gotta go. Mills fires it up, backside rebound, secured by Moorman, and then stripped out of his hands by Tevin Smith.
Great fight from Moorman down low. Air Force forced into that shot, but Moorman continued to play. It'll be Air Force possession.
Time out of the floor. We will step aside. Air Force and DU. It's a 1-point game from Clute Arena. Leading the way here in the early going.
Yeah, he's taken the initiative for Air Force offensively. That was a great way for the Falcons to start. Little spin, little fake, goes up with the left hand strong, and he hit a 3 right after that. He'll look to extend his point streak here as Air Force inbounds under the DU basket.
Back to live action here out of the timeout. Air Force trailing by 1 here. Bounce pass down the lane, blocked from behind by Tevin Smith. Highbretter had a look, but Smith a better play here. And DU with a basketball, a 1-point lead.
Yeah, Tevin Smith had a lot of ground to make up, recovered well, swatted that one off the glass.
This is Taylor Gatlin, who checked in before the timeout here for the DU Pioneers. Gatlin, left side, played there by Mills. 8 to shoot here for the Pioneers. Johnson looking for the drive with the left hand. He'll cross it over, spin to the lane, hangs, ball up, bounces around, and high in the air goes A.J. Walker for the rebound.
Falcons collapse defensively under the basket. A.J. Walker pushes the pace. As soon as I say that, slows it up.
Walker controlling here. Zip pass inside. What a feed. What a finish. Heidbreder to Taylor, and the Falcons up by 1.
Taylor, another strong cut to the basket from the Air Force Falcons.
Off the ball fake, Gatlin, and turnover for the DU Pioneers. So DU turns it over for the first time here this afternoon, just over 5 minutes in to half number 1.
Beautiful pass down low from Heidbreder to Taylor on that last offensive possession for the Falcons.
Taylor walks it up here for Air Force. Mills quickly inside of A.J. Walker in the low block. Walker looking for the move with the left hand. Fall away. Tough shot goes. A.J. Walker gets his 3rd field goal of the game and puts Air Force up by 3.
Impossible to defend that. A.J. Walker fading away from the basket strong with the left hand. He's hot starting this afternoon.
Here's Smith. Rotation over to Penn. On the dribble, squeezing in with the left hand is Peyton Moore, the junior transfer out of Los Angeles, has the Pioneers within 1.
Transferred over from the Owls of Rice. A really good game. Open up.
A number of transfers on this Pioneer roster. And, of course, a transfer out of Portland. You've got Hunt out of Moorhead State, a 3-ball. Rims it out and hand the rebound here for the Pioneers. Looking to take the lead here. Some 7.5 minutes gone by in this opening half. Check that, 6.5 minutes gone by.
Yeah, you mentioned Penn. He started at UC Davis, then went to Cal Baptist, then to Portland, and now to DU. Here he's trying to hit the fadeaway, leaves that one short.
Here's Taylor with a rebound. Up ahead. Good feed. Mills with the left hand. Jeffrey Mills, a freshman out of Flower Mound, Texas, and a timeout of the floor. 13:06 to go. 11-8. Air Force out in front and running and gunning here in the opening half. The DU Pioneers trailing by 3 with a basketball here. 13 minutes to go in half number 1. Josh Howell, Roland Vargas, glad you could join us on the Mountain West Network powered by Stadium. It's a pre-Thanksgiving treat here on a Wednesday afternoon. Air Force and DU meeting for the 54th time in the history of this great series. Off the ball fake. Hop, step, tough shot goes. K.J. Hunt, the junior out of Little Rock, has cut the lead to 1.
Yeah, and there's the explosiveness from DU's leading scorer. Great little step. Threw a little head fake in there as well. Nice finish. We've got ourselves a game.
Walker, rotation right side, Heidbreder, nobody home. And Joe Scott not pleased with what he is seeing here in the early going.
Yeah, just a breakdown at the top of the key. Heidbreder threw that pass without double checking with the look. DU will take that. They'll inbound right in front of the Falcon bench.
So on the inbound, it's K.J. Hunt to Jordan Johnson. Off the screen, Johnson spins out up top. Extra pass, good, quick hands there on the part of Jeffrey Mills.
Yeah, Mills had a ton of ground to cover. Did that well. Now DU will try the other side of the court. 13 on the shot clock.
And Roland, as we say that, Felipe Mata checking out of the game, out of that timeout. Seeing some action here. And how about this? Another big bucket for DU to give them the lead once again here in the opening half.
Yeah, just a power play from Hunt using his physicality. Got inside, Air Force. Good ball movement. DU flying around trying to trap the Falcons.
There's Mills. 11 to shoot. A.J. Walker hits the triple. Walker has another triple. That's his second of the game. And Air Force back in front by 2.
10 already for A.J. Walker. Starting right where he left off after that Really strong performance by the Falcons down in Florida.
Johnson looking inside, single digits on the shot clock. Here's Johnson, or Hunt, rather. And he gets up and over. So explosive, KJ Hunt. And we're tied at 14. Once again, Hunt now with a half dozen.
Yeah, and he leads the Pioneers, as we mentioned in the pregame, with just a tick over 17 points a game, well on his way to that.
Oh, beautiful passing here by the Falcons, and not able to finish is Nick Jackson. Here's Hunt. Johnson, catch it, shoot it, score it. Jordan Johnson, a sophomore out of Memphis, by way of Hines Community College, is just giving DU a 3-point lead.
Yeah, the Eagles of Hines Community College, that was a deep three. Thought Denver might have rushed that shot, but Hines, perfect from behind the arc.
Taylor right side. Now good bounce pass there. Quick flick of the wrist. A.J. Walker just floats it up over the defender. And Walker having himself a game, a dozen points already for A.J. And we are just 10 minutes into this opening half.
Great pass from Ethan Taylor. DU looks down low. That's going to be an offensive foul.
It's Tadamo.
Yeah, the young Finn just lowers that left shoulder. Just bulldozes Nick Jackson out of the way. And look at that for a pass from Taylor and the touch from A.J. Walker.
Come out of the floor. A good one here at Clune Arena. 17-16 here in the opening half. Back right after this. Some good basketball here on a Wednesday afternoon. Clune Arena, Denver, and Air Force. In a one-point game, Josh Alamo and Vargas and Roland. Air Force 5 of the last 7 from the field. And how about the DU Pioneers 4 of the last 4? And certainly big-time contribution from the junior guard and K.J. Hunt.
Yeah, K.J. Hunt's been fantastic. 6 already for DU's leading scorer. Really strong start to this basketball game. Both teams hot. Both teams smothering defensively.
Walker trying to go to Mills, right side. That's going to stay Air Force basketball. So Joe Scott in his 6th season overall at the Academy. Second time around, season number 2 here in his second stint. And building this program up here in year number 2, off to a great start, 4-1 on the flip side. Jeff Wolbrin, first season for DU. Taking over for Rodney Billups, who spent 5 years there in Denver. And DU decided to make a change. Walker down the lane with the right hand. Chance for the three-point play. A.J. Walker with 14.
Yeah, just really late there. Felipe Mata coming over, commits the foul on A.J. Walker right there. Beautiful finish from Walker High off the glass.
Right hand, left hand. The man knows how to find buckets. And what a start he is off to here today. Had 22 in a championship game down to the state of Florida in the Sunshine Slam Bracket Champions Classic. And here he is already with 15 points, and we still have 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the opening half.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful performance from A.J. Walker already in this basketball game. Here's Mata. Gives it off over far side. Tevin Smith drives. That's going to be offensive against the junior out of Santa Monica.
And turnover number 3 here for the DU Pioneers. So on the floor for the Falcons, now you've got Taylor, Walker, Mills, and into the game for the first time, Vanderswag. And inside is Nick Jackson, the junior out of Scottsdale. They'll go to Jackson, wide open, the flush. Another chance for the three-point play. How about that? Jackson into the game, up off the floor to hurry and throw it down.
Strong physical finish from Nick Jackson. Still got that left eye patched up from that elbow he took in the Texas Southern game last time out here at Clune Arena. He's making no mistake on that one. Flushes right in the face of Michael Henn, who commits the foul. Nick Jackson to the line.
21-17 now. Air Force with the lead. And the Falcons now on a 7-0 run over the last 1 minute and 3 seconds, making it an 8-0 run. And Air Force now their largest lead of the game, up by 5. This is Hunt. Over to the right side, Johnson thought about the catch and shoot. Now he's going to put it on the floor. Moore, 15 to shoot here for DU. They'll try the left side. In the lane, stripped away. Mills got a hand on it. Turnover here. Air Force trying to take advantage. Rotation, Vanderswag. Bounce pass, baseline. That's Nick Jackson backing down. Had that dunk for the three-point play earlier here. Out of the timeout, Walker, three, got another one. A.J. Walker, his third triple of the game. And Walker now with 18 points to lead all scores.
An incredible start from A.J. Walker. Falcons did a great job slowing that one down on that offensive possession. In the end, A.J. Walker got the space. He took it.
Here's Hunt, driving right side. And they're going to get A.J. Walker with the hand check. With 8:09 to go, that's going to be his first. And up off the bench for DU comes Kainamu along with Taylor Gatlin for the second time here this afternoon.
That was an unlucky foul to go against the Falcons. Looked like K.J. Hunt just lent in a little bit with the forearm, pushed off on A.J. Walker, but it goes DU's way.
Hunt. No. And a rebound secured by Nick Jackson. Here's Taylor quickly out of the front court to Mills. Directing traffic, Vanderswag. Walker looking inside. They'll go outside, and Nick Jackson off the screen. Mills inside out. Walker another three. How about four in the opening half for A.J. Walker? He's got 21. And Air Force starting to separate themselves from DU. The Falcons now an 11-point lead, their largest of the afternoon.
Yeah, perfect ball movement there for Air Force. Got it to the hot hand. A.J. Walker buries the second three in a row.
Kainamu, right side of Jordan Johnson. And that's a much-needed bucket for the Pioneers to stop a drought that had gone nearly 3 minutes.
And 3 for 3 from behind the arc for Johnson to start this game.
He's leading the way with 9 points, and that three taken by Vanderswag doesn't fall. Quickly now, Johnson looking down the floor here with inside of 7 to go in the opening half. Johnson hangs with the left hand, no. Great challenge on a part of Nick Jackson.
Yeah, wonderful defense from Nick Jackson. Went straight up, didn't commit the foul.
And a timeout of the floor with that. We will step aside. The Air Force Falcons leading the DU Pioneers 28-20. Timeout of the floor. Back right after this. You're watching Air Force basketball on the Mountain West Network, powered by Stadium. Back here at Clune Arena, red hot start for the Air Force Falcons. And Roland Vargas, how about this? 11 of 18 for the field, 61%. They're 4 of 8 from downtown, but leading the way, A.J. Walker. He is still perfect from the field.
A.J. Walker's been perfect in this game. Falcons on a 14-3 run over the last, call it 3.5 minutes.
Here's Jackson. 11 to shoot, looking inside, going outside. Vanderswag with the left hand. Passes out. Jackson, 3 ball. Got another one. Get Air Force. Air Force now, their 5th 3 of the game. First player outside of A.J. Walker to hit a 3.
And the Falcons did a great job creating that space for Nick Jackson. He had time just to eye that one, step into it, and drain it. A little bit loose there. Vanderswag on the pick.
And up ahead with the right hand. Vanderswag gets it to go. In Air Force, a 13-point lead, their largest of the afternoon. Inside of 6 minutes to go. What a start here for Joe Scott's team. They are getting it done on both ends of the floor. And here we go. Another opportunity for the Falcons. Miscue by DU. And they'll get it over to Vanderswag. Air Force 13 of 20 from the field. 65%. 55% from long range.
And Air Force so confident in their offense, the way they're spreading the floor. And another one goes down.
That's the 6th 3 of the game here for the Falcons. Third different player to hit a triple now. This time it is the sensational freshman Ethan Taylor. Here's Hunt now. Uphill battle now for DU, and they can't get the reverse lay-in. 16-point lead for the Falcons, biggest of the game. And for Joe Scott, you've got to believe he's thinking, hey, keep the foot on the pedal. Back cut. Rejected inside. Loose ball, and that's going to stay Air Force basketball, but a good aggressive take on a part of A.J. Walker.
Yeah, A.J. Walker made the correct line to the basket. It was Tynamo coming across to swat that one right out in front of A.J. Walker. There's the Finn. Late rotation. Good, strong right hand.
Tynamo goes 6'9".
Nice.
Freshman out of Helsinki. Zip pass. Reverse. No. Taylor couldn't get it to go. Great feed, just could not finish. Still with a 16-point lead, trying to clamp down defensively. Vanderswag guarding ball now. Mills out to play it. They'll go inside on the step through with the right hand, leaving it short is Hen, and persistence pays off. Is the rebound, the putback, and cuts it to 14.
Yeah, Hen just stayed big. Really rocking the dad look there at the playground is Hen.
Here's Taylor with the left hand. Catch it, shoot it, and short iron. Good look, though. Taylor couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Yeah, more active defensively last couple possessions for DU.
Jordan Johnson between the legs. Up top is Moore. Johnson go to the right side. This is the big guy, Michael Hen, one-on-one. And three ball up long iron. Rebound secured by A.J. Walker.
Yeah, it's a couple rebounds now for A.J. Walker in the last couple for the Falcons. They just throw that pass in behind Ethan Taylor.
Time out of the floor. 14-point game. 3:44 to go. We will step aside. Ethan Taylor and company rolling here in the opening half against the Pioneers. Well, the Air Force Falcons enjoying a 14-point lead here on a Wednesday afternoon. The United States Air Force Academy, 36-22. Falcons trying to go 5-1 here in the non-conference portion of the season of rolling. How about the run? 22-5 over the last 6 and change. This momentum right now, all Air Force.
Yeah, the Falcons been on the front foot since the opening tip of this basketball game. DU's just struggled to come to terms with the pace that Air Force is both crashing defensively and also pushing things on the offensive side. And, of course, the Falcons knocking down their shots, led by A.J. Walker, who's got 21 already.
Gatlin out to Johnson. 9 to shoot here for the Pioneers. Doubled up, and we're going to get a reach. Hand check there called on Jeffrey Mills. So for Mills, that's his first personal foul. Gatlin exits the game, and back in comes the leading scorer coming into today for the Pioneers, KJ Hunt. You talk about a spark, Roland Vargas. Number 2 brings just that. He is an electric player. Tough first step.
Yeah, DU needs something. They need some kind of spark to get their offense into life. Air Force working the basketball again.
This is Mills backing down his man. Mormon, 3-ball, no. And here's Hunt with a rebound. KJ has got a man down low. Skip pass out of the corner, throws it away.
Yeah, and immediately puts up his hand. Way too much on that one from KJ Hunt.
That's turnover now 6 for the Pioneers. Out of the Summit League, 3-3 coming in. That win over Houston Baptist on Sunday snapped a 2-game small skid here early on of the season for the Pioneers.
And they played really well against Houston Baptist. I mean, really well. They were making their shots. They were moving the ball quickly. But speaking about making shots, Joe Octave knocking down a 3 for the Falcons.
Octave, his first bucket. He's a 40% three-point shooter. Perfect in his attempts here today. Or check that, he's 1 of 2. But nonetheless, Air Force now 7 of 13 from long range, 53%. And backside rebound there by Joseph Octave. Boy, this team right now hitting on all cylinders. 17-point lead for the Falcons, their biggest of the afternoon. Down the lane with the right hand. Went left side did Jake Heidbreder. And Heidbreder making it look easy for his first 2 of the game.
Yeah, Heidbreder great first step. That's what created the space for him to drive to the basket. Nice little finish as well. Really wasn't under any pressure as he went in for that one. Foul's going to be called down on the floor.
Don't want to say it's on cruise control, but right now Air Force has got it locked in on both ends of the floor. Looking at a 19-point lead right now.
Yeah, Falcons starting about as well as possible against a team that won't be taken aback by the conditions here at Clune Arena, but right now DU just not being able to hang with the pace of Air Force.
And looking for that baseline. Hunt opts to stay out. Between the legs, spins, kick out, hand, three ball, got it. You know, Michael Hand and company, well, they're working for everything today with 1:25 to go. And right now, a 16-point deficit for DU.
Yeah, it was a good pass from KJ Hunt. Looked like he might have dragged that foot a little bit as he made the stop and turned to Hen. Take nothing away from the shot from Hen. Knocked it down when he had to. Quick foul is going to go there as Joseph Octave is driving toward the basket.
Octave draws contact, and the Air Force Falcons with 1:13 to go, as you can see there, foul committed on Peyton Moore.
Yeah, both number zeros just coming together.
Lucas Moore to the bench here for Air Force. Nick Jackson looking for that cut. Had a Heidbreder for the moment. 12 to shoot. And Octave, no call. And how about that? Joseph Octave, another two.
Yeah, great job by the officials as well. Peyton Moore was looking for that one. Went down under almost no contact at all. And Joseph Octave able to finish. He's hot the last couple offensive possessions for the Falcons, who have hit their last 3 field goals.
C.J. Hunt, he's got that quick crossover. And Joseph Octave, what a start he's having here. Late in his opening half, you see Mills in, Heidbreder out for the Falcons. On the inbound, C.J. Hunt up top to Moore. Hunt now. Trying to draw contact. Johnson now.
Good defense from Air Force getting in front of Hunt.
In, Smith, Moore. 7 to shoot. Knocked away there. Quick hands by Taylor. 4 to shoot. Drive. Dish. Hunt launches it with the left hand. Long iron. Rebound ripped down. And Air Force has it. Shot clock turned off. Taylor in the DUN. Lob pass to Jackson. Extra pass Octave. And he's fouled from behind by Peyton Moore.
Yeah, it's a couple now on Peyton Moore. Air Force thought they might just hold that one for the final shot of the half. Instead, they look down low. Good extra pass. Octave trying to go up strong. Just gets the slap right across the forearm. That'll send Octave to the line.
A 53% free throw shooter. Octave at the line for the first time here this afternoon. Air Force as a team just 2 free throw attempts, now 3, and they are still perfect from the line. Air Force enjoying a 19-point lead. Been an outstanding opening half, and they make both.
And Hen just threw a pretty strong elbow right into the midsection of Nick Jackson there. That one was coming for a while. Those players were jawing at each other there as those free throws were going up. And Hen let Nick Jackson feel the physicality down low. We'll have to keep an eye on that one in the second half.
Taken away by Taylor. 4 seconds, and he'll throw it down. What a way to end a half for the Falcons. How about the run for the Falcons? They're up by 22. They close it out, making their last 3 field goals. A 6-0 run over the final minute. And Roland Vargas commanding 21-point lead going to the locker room.
What a
Picking
performance.
up and throwing it down for Ethan Taylor.
What a performance from the Falcons. We'll be back for the halftime show after this.
We're at the half. Air Force enjoying their largest lead of the game, up 22, 47-25. Josh Howe, Roland Vargas, and Roland. DU got off to the early lead, but Air Force settled in quickly and put the hammer down and they have not let up since.
No, they sure haven't. Air Force had the defensive intensity that entire first half. They were knocking down their shots 62% from the field for the Falcons in that first half. Just a brilliant performance from Air Force so far.
And how about the percentage from three-point range? Over 50%. They're 7-13, led by A.J. Walker. Walker perfect from long range. He is 4 of 4. And the 7 turnovers for DU resulting in 18 Air Force points. That's been big.
Yeah, it's been huge. Air Force sharing the basketball as well. You see that with those 12 assists in the first. It's been a nearly flawless performance from the Falcons so far in this game.
Well, let's go to the highlights in this one. Plenty of them. And early on, DU getting going from long range. Jordan Johnson, he's got a team-high 9 points. And then this man, KJ Hunt, tough to stop on that first step.
Yeah, really explosive player for DU, but the Falcons did a really good job of limiting Hunt, just 3 for 9 from the field in the first half, but then it was all about A.J. Walker just taking over this basketball game.
Using that left hand. A.J. was 8 for his first 8 from the field, and as we mentioned, he has not missed a three-point field goal.
Yeah, A.J. Walker just absolutely on fire. 21 points in the half, led the Falcons defensively as well, had that intensity, had that power, that experience game that he's got, and then Air Force just flying around, forcing the turnover, and what a way to end a half this is on the dunk from Ethan Taylor.
And Taylor now 7 points, one of 7 players to score for the Falcons. They're up big. We're at the half. We'll take a break. More to come here from the United States Air Force Academy. Air Force all over DU here after 20. Back here at Clune Arena, ready to roll here, half number 2, and a 22-point Air Force lead. Josh Howell, Roland Vargas, and Roland, you have to wonder what kind of adjustments DU is going to make to get back into this game.
Yeah, maybe getting in front of A.J. Walker might be one of those. 21 we mentioned for A.J. Walker in that first half. He's been unstoppable. He's had some open shots as well, and he's knocked those down. DU have to clean that up if they have any chance of clawing their way back into this basketball game.
On the flip side, Joe Scott has got to be pleased. How do you keep this red-hot roll from the field going for Air Force? They have been shooting the lights out. 62% from the field.
Yeah, I think the Falcons need to just continue what they did in that first half, especially with their substitutions. Joe Scott was constantly rotating for Air Force, getting a lot of guys minutes, getting a lot of guys playing time, keeping things fresh. He was doing that right off the opening whistle of this basketball game. I think he'll continue to do that for the Falcons.
8 different Falcons seeing playing time of the opening 20 minutes. So here we go. DU with basketball here to start the second half. This is KJ Hunt. Good fake, and with the left hand, and the start that head coach Jeff Woolbrand was looking for. Cuts it to 20.
Yeah, got the roll. 8 for Hunt.
Octave, top of the key. This is Taylor. A little back and forth up top. Hesitation, drives on Moore, and that's going to be offensive.
Yeah, just left in the left forearm there, did Joseph Octave right there, and the little push-off on Peyton Moore.
I'll tell you what, kudos to our crew here, always on top of it, but they are just locked in tonight, right on top of that charging call there that goes against the Falcons. 20-point deficit, make it 18, and back-to-back buckets here for KJ Hunt.
Yeah, and if you're Air Force, that's the last guy for DU you want to let heat up. KJ Hunt, their leading scorer.
He's got 10 points, the only Pioneer with double digits here early on in the second half. Mormon looking off to Heidbreder. On the floor, down the lane with the right hand. He draws contact, and Jake Heidbreder goes to the line for 2.
Strong dribble around onto his right hand, and he gets the foul from KJ Hunt. Heidbreder to the line.
Now you talk about a player who's grown up in a basketball culture just outside of Louisville, Metro Louisville there, and Floyd's Knobs, Indiana, Southern Indiana basketball hotbed, and He has been an impact kind of player here in his freshman season for head coach Joe Scott.
Yeah, he sure has averaged almost 20 points a game as a senior. Had 44 points in his final high school game. Brought that into the academy. One of these freshmen that head coach Joe Scott very happy about to have here in Colorado Springs.
KJ Hunt so quick, can't finish. Highbretter the rebound. Here comes Taylor looking down the floor. He's got Mormon in underneath and goes back out up top. Octave looking right, going to A.J. Walker. Haven't called his name in a while. Walker inside Octave. In the post with the left hand. Tough shot, no, too strong. And the rip by Michael Henn, sporting that headband here on a Wednesday afternoon. Alley-oop lob, no on the finish as Telvin Smith couldn't put it down.
DU out, able to push the pace. A.J. Walker, beautiful first step, just sees that one stripped away from him by Tevin Smith.
And that's all Smith could do was just get a hand in there to commit the foul, and you can see the explosiveness of A.J. Walker. Tevin Smith, the guilty party. It's his second personal foul on the game. So, A.J. Walker at the free throw line for the second time this afternoon. He's a perfect 2 of 2. Mills off the bench will spell Octave here. Just 2 minutes gone by in this opening second half. They got them both. So Air Force is a team rolling. Now 7 of 8 from the line.
Yeah, it's been big for the Falcons. Might not have gotten to the line as much as they want, but DU just not physical enough on defense to send the Falcons. Air Force jumping that one. Heidbreder read it perfectly, just maintained his position on the baseline, took that one away.
Walker quickly down to the floor. Heidbreder now. Up top to Mormon. Heidbreder drive with the left hand. Skip pass out of the corner. Mills. 13 to shoot here for the Falcons. What a feed. What a finish. Mills saw him, and Heidbreder finished.
Yeah, great communication between Mills and Heidbreder. Heidbreder gave it off to Mills and cut to the basket. Beautiful pass from Mills down low.
How about the Falcons? 19 field goals on 13 assists. They give to Moore inside. Rejected by Mormon. Taylor, bounce pass in stride. Mills kicks it out. Walker, another bucket, in and out. Heidbreder goes over his hands. KJ Hunt now. 3-on-2. Hunt drops it off. And good help there by Heidbreder to get back on defense for the Falcons. Johnson now crosses it over, and they're going to get Heidbreder for a hand check here with 16:38 to go and half number 2.
Yeah, Heidbreder just quickly beaten off of the dribble and reached in. You see Air Force. What a block. That is right there from Mormon. Not this afternoon, says Mormon.
His second block of the game.
And the Falcons were out quickly running. DU did the same, but Air Force funneled back defensively. 15 on the shot clock for the Pioneers.
Johnson thought about the 3. Now they'll go up top more down the lane, and he was fouled. Crowd did not like that call. Lucas Mormon ticketed for the personal foul. That's going to be his second. Tough call. Our crew today, Vern Harris, Larry Spalding, and Brett Moe. At the free throw line, Peyton Moore.
Yeah, very tough call to go against Mormon. Moore knocks down the first.
And Moore now 1-1 from the line. That's just the second free throw DU has attempted.
Skying for the rebound, Mormon. 1 of 2 from Moore, the junior from Santa Monica.
Now, certainly, Rowan shows you they've settled for a lot of jump shots today. And 12 of 29, 41%. Air Force straight away. Mormon, no. Long, the rebound to DU.
It was a good shot from Air Force. Just a little bit strong from Mormon.
4 minutes gone by here in this second half. Air Force continues to take advantage. 22-point lead here for the Falcons. Taylor on the rebound. And the Falcons now slowing down this game. Mills over to Taylor. Mormon. And on the back cut, he had Heidbreder, but a whistle away from the ball. Timeout of the floor. 15:42 to go. Air Force in command here, up 22 on a Wednesday afternoon. We'll be back right after this. .22 lead here for the Falcons over the DU Pioneers, meeting for the 54th time. Josh Howell, Roland Vargas, and Roland. Falcons have cooled off just a bit here in the second half, but still very strong start the first opening 4+ minutes here of half number 2.
Yeah, defensively, Air Force has been flying around. As you said, just a little bit cooler from the field. Still commanding lead over University of Denver Pioneers.
Smith up top to Moore, looking for the back cut. Good hands by A.J. Walker. Moore able to keep the ball alive here. Inside of 15.5 to go here in half number 2. And on the reverse, gets it to go. Pedro Lopez. San Vicente, fresh off the bench, and a big bucket there for head coach Jeff Wolbrand.
Yeah, difficult bucket as well. Had to take that basketball quickly, then finish blind.
Taylor drive and dish. Heidbreder. Good composure, can't get the jumper to go. Quickly, Johnson now out of the Air Force end. Air Force back on defense. Johnson weaving in, using the window with the left hand. And a sophomore out of Memphis continues to chip away at this Air Force lead. It is cut to 18 points.
Yeah, really good finish. Good Euro step as well from Johnson. And a foul's going to be called down on the floor as Ethan Taylor was driving for Air Force.
And a substitution here for the Falcons. In comes Nick Jackson. Off goes Lucas Mormon. And for DU, KJ Hunt back out of the game. He'll spell Jordan Johnson. Taylor looking on the inbound here. Needs to get it in. Walker, what a spin move, and he's going to draw the foul. That's a tough guard.
Yeah, it was Gatlin just holding A.J. Walker.
So, inbounding it here for the Falcons is Ethan Taylor. And this is Michael Henn, the 6'8 senior transfer. Back out of the game here for the Pioneers. Oh, what a feed. Wide open. Nick Jackson. He dusted Pedro Lopez San Vicente. And Jackson, his second dunk of the game. And Air Force pushes the lead back to 20.
Straight into the game with the left-handed flush. Nick Jackson.
And they're going to get Heidbreder for a block. And that is his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, game getting really chippy. Didn't seem like there was a lot on that, but what about this? We're off the inbounds for Air Force. Beautiful play from Nick Jackson in the finish.
Well, this Joe Scott coach team, plenty of depth. Jackson, Mills, Vanderswag. They have been outstanding through the first 5 games of the season. Try to make it 4 consecutive wins. Check that, 5 consecutive wins with a victory here today against DU. To the reverse goes Taylor Gatlin.
Yeah, nice strong finish from Gatlin. Senior from the great city of Jackson.
Here's Nick Jackson now. And the low block to Taylor. Looking for Mills. Back out to Jackson. Off the dribble. 13 to shoot. Vanderswag. Single digits on the shot clock. What a feed. What a finish with the left hand. Camden, Vanderswag, another bucket here, his second of the game.
And what a beautiful pass that was from Jeffrey Mills.
This Falcon team looks so good here this afternoon. And what you like, Roland Vargas, there's been no let-up out of Air Force whatsoever in the second half.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. They've kept that intensity, especially on the defensive end. That's transferring. What about that for a pass down from Mills to Vanderswag? Good finish from Camden Vanderswag, the junior from Johnston, Iowa.
So Air Force, 21 field goals on 15 assists. It's the team sharing the basketball. A 20-point lead. It's a tall mountain for DU to climb here with 13 and change to go. Hand up over the back, no call, and gets the putback. Michael Hen working hard inside for the DU Pioneers. Hen now with 5 points.
Yeah, strong play down low. Beautiful extra pass from Air Force. Once again, A.J. Walker continuing that hot streak. That's 25 for Walker.
Looks so good going down the lane. Again, another assist here for the Falcons. I think that 15 assists here. Check that 16 assists and a 3-ball from Tevin Smith.
Yeah, just 25% on the season from behind the arc for Tevin Smith. Made no mistake about that one.
12 and a half minutes to go here in regulation. All Air Force here this afternoon. Taylor drives, dish into the corner, catch it, shoot it, short iron. Smith with the rebound. One of the rare one and done possessions here for the Falcons in the second half. KJ Hunt rather down the lane. Chance for the three-point play for the young man out of Little Rock.
Yeah, beautiful hesitation, strong over to the left-hand side. Vanderswag came across, foul, send Hunt to the line.
Well, the Falcons have to respect that crossover dribble, and he was able to create separation, get down the lane. Here we go. KJ Hunt. Got it. 14-point game. 12:15 to go. This Air Force team, they have led by as many as 23. DU, their last lead early in the first half when they were up by 4. Falcons trying to build this lead here with just over 12 minutes to go in regulation. Starting to get a little more choppy here as we approach the midway mark here in half number 2.
Yeah, we've had a few turnovers, quite a lot of whistles as well in this second half. Air Force with the basketball just at the end of their bench. They get it in.
Here's Nick Jackson to Mills. Wide open 3. He'll bypass the 3, go to the reverse, and draw contact on the baseline. And they're going to get Michael Hand here with a hand check. 11:59 to go. Timeout of the floor. All Air Force here this afternoon. They lead by 14. All Air Force here up 14, 11:59 to go in this second half. But a good look there. Roland Vargas at Camden Vanderswag, who drew the foul before this last time out.
DU on a 6-0 run over the last minute. Air Force just trying to force that one where it wasn't there. Jeffrey Mills looking down low. And DU get us back underway.
Well, for DU, it's just, hey, get it to single digits.
Yep.
Anything can happen.
Yep.
And they're slowly chipping away, as you mentioned, on a bit of a run here. Just under 12 to go more. Left side rotation. And they'll get it to Gatlin. Try the right side. Baseline on Jackson. Moore up strong, and he gets 2.
Real strong finish from Peyton Moore.
So what was a 23-point lead is now down to a dozen. Here's A.J. Walker to Nick Jackson, and we're going to get a foul out on top, and this is going against the DU Pioneers.
Yeah, what about this for a finish from Peyton Moore? Strong drive to the right-hand side. Always wants that basketball in his right hand. Gets it. Gets a little bit of contact. Finish as well. Now Nick Jackson at the line for the Air Force Falcons.
Air Force 7 of 8. Make it 7 of 9. And DU continues to chip away. Down a dozen. Here's Moore. Looking inside for Hand. He's got the screen. 15 to shoot here for the Pioneers. Here's Johnson. Little step back 3. Tough shot. Air ball. Taylor. Falcons trying to stop this run, and that will do it. How about Taylor getting inside?
Once again, great movement toward the basket from Air Force. This time, Ethan Taylor with the dunk, just like he finished the first half for Air Force.
Well, the lead now back to 14. Dynamo off the lob, catch it, going up off the window for two. Toko, Dynamo, a freshman out of Finland, back to within a dozen. Here's Mills. Pop it up top is Jackson on the back cut. A.J. Walker loses a handle. Turnover for the Falcons, a rare turnover here for Air Force. That's just their 8th.
Yeah, just tried to force that pass a little bit. There were a lot of arms in the way from DU. Strong to the basket from Gatlin. Henn fights for the rebound. Gatlin gets it back, and we're going to have a whistle.
Well, DU continues to chip away here. 9:53 to go. Foul charged on Air Force. Nick Jackson commits the foul. Vanderswag out of the game. Mormon is in along with Octave. Nick Jackson, Vanderswag to the bench here for Joe Scott's team. And at the free throw line goes Michael Henn, a 75% free throw shooter. And Henn, first attempt from the line here this afternoon.
Senior out of Bellevue.
It will be his only attempt on this trip. Comes up empty. Nearly taken away nowadays. KJ Hunt splits the defenders. High off the window, too strong. Taylor out of there with the basketball. 3-on-2 for Air Force. Taylor pulled back, thought he was going to go, and now he's going to set it up here.
Yeah, smart play by Ethan Taylor.
There's Mormon. Taylor wants the three, and good decision up top. A.J. Walker able to keep the ball in play. Pulls up from the elbow. No on the roll. Air Force cooling off here in the second half. K.J. Hunt spins away from Walker. Approaching 9 minutes to go here. Air Force holding on to a 12-point lead. Henn, free ball. Got it. Barely touched the iron.
DU's going to need that kind of floor spacing if they're going to close this gap up. Now down to 9 for Air Force's lead.
Well, if you're DU, it was 23. Now it's 9. Certainly manageable with just over 8.5 minutes to go in regulation. Taylor doubled up, baseline. It'll get to Mormon. 9 to shoot for the Falcons. Octave to Taylor. Off the jab step. A lot of dribbling here for Taylor. Down the lane with the right hand, turns it over. Moore up and running. And boy, this game has turned on a dime.
13-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes for the Pioneers.
And a hook. This is going against A.J. Walker. And Air Force right now, Roland Vargas, they just need to regroup.
Yeah, they do. Defensively, the energy has still been there, but DU been pushing the basketball, knocking down their shots, and getting some of these opportunities here with the clock stop from the line. Now it's Hunt's chance. 1 for 1 in this game from the stripe.
Now 1 for 3 and a run, 1 for 2 rather. Hunt, 3 ball, no. And we're going to get Hunt with the foul. So he's trying to draw the foul. Fell down.
Yeah, strange whistle, but the Falcons won't protest. 8 minutes remaining in the half.
Zip pass inside of Mormon. Mormon using that left shoulder. And they're going to get Dynamo with the foul.
Yeah, Dynamo just holding the Falcons down.
Timeout of the floor, 7:54 to go. Air Force trying to close this thing down the stretch. We'll be back right after this. Out of the timeout, the Air Force Falcons have seen a 23-point lead trimmed down to 9. And Roland Vargas, your head coach, Joe Scott, what kind of adjustments here do you make heading down the stretch?
Yeah, for Air Force, they just really need to protect the basketball these last few minutes. They've had 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes, 3 in the last 3 minutes. It's been a little bit loose from Air Force on the offensive end. DU's been knocking down their shots, give them credit, but Air Force giving the Pioneers some extra opportunities with a little bit of loose passing.
Falcons with just their third miss from the free throw line here this afternoon. There's Hunt, and that's going to be offensive. Great job by A.J. Walker to draw the foul.
Yep, A.J. Walker got in front. You'll see it right there. And just the lowering of that left shoulder from Hunt gets the whistle.
So pressure being applied here by DU with 7:37 to go in the second half and staring at a 9-point Air Force lead. Taylor, Octave. He'll go back and forth over the right side. Taylor from the elbow. Yes. Ethan Taylor looked around. He said, why not? Stick the jumper back to an 11-point lead.
Yeah, that was a big shot for Air Force. Just needed a little bit to go their way, kind of slow down the Pioneers. Good stroke from Ethan Taylor.
Here's Hunt off the ball fake, going behind the back. Great defense on the part of Heidbreder. No switch off. Heidbreder guarded the big man, Michael Hand, going inside. Arms straight up for Heidbreder, but we get a foul. And they're going to get Lucas Moorman with his third.
Veteran play from Michael Hen. Notice the mismatch. Just backed it on down. And he goes to the line. 4-2, the senior from Bellevue. He mentioned his college travel. Started as a freshman at UC Davis and then spent 3 years at Cal Baptist. And last season with the Pilots of Portland. And now calling DU home.
Well, we saw this against that Texas Southern team. We talked about the transfer portal. It's going to be a topic of conversation every game this season, even when we get into conference play. It's been a factor, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's changing the landscape of college basketball.
9-point Air Force lead here. Joseph Octave has it stripped away. K.J. Hunt looking, fires it down the floor. Johnson now. Thought about three. Had more in the middle. Now it goes to Hunt. That's good defense on the part of Walker. Shut it down. Potential attempt on the drive inside. Johnson now. Hesitation. And they're going to get the Falcons.
Yeah, Moorman.
Personal foul.
Down low. Just trying to shift across, get in front. Good play from Jordan Johnson. There's the foul. So Johnson to the line. Sophomore from Memphis.
Johnson, an 87% free throw shooter coming in. His first attempt from the charity stripe today. He was the leading Pioneer in terms of free throws made this season, and he continues at his 22nd make from the charity stripe this year for DU. Nick Jackson comes in for the Falcons. Jordan Johnson, 1 or 2 on that trip. Jackson with a rebound. Nobody contesting, and Joseph Octave will walk it up.
This is where Air Force needs to be smart with the basketball. No need to rush things.
Explosion, cut off their baseline. Here's Jackson. 7 to shoot. Little back and forth up top. Octave, 3 to shoot. 2, 1, gets it up off the window. No on the roll.
Actually a pretty good look for Joseph Octave with the left hand. Just a little bit strong.
There's Johnson, a crossover. Got Heidbreder up in the air momentarily, but Heidbreder, a good job getting down on defense. Lob pass inside the hand. Now, DU will not go away.
Beautiful little spin and finish. 14 now for Michael Hen.
And Roland Vargas, it is a 6-point game.
Yeah, DU just really fighting their way back into this one. They were getting blown out at the half. Beautiful here from Michael Hen. Good finish on the baseline. And there'll be a timeout on the floor.
Lead was at 23. It's down to a half dozen. 5:24 to go. Timeout. We'll be back right after this. Back here at Clune Arena, a lead that was at 23 is down to 6. And Roland Vargas, if you're Joe Scott, things have gotten a whole lot tighter.
Yeah, this basketball game really bunched up now. This kind of opportunity, Air Force at the line with Ethan Taylor. He's already got 11, which is his first free throw of the afternoon. Falcons going to have to slow things down, keep hold of the basketball, knock down the shots when they present themselves. DU, big effort to get back into this one.
Well, 3-point field goals, that's certainly been a factor. Air Force hit 7 of that opening half. 0 for 3 here in half number 2.
Yeah, 7 for 16 now overall from the Falcons. Taylor sees them both rim out.
And a pair of misses for an 80% free throw shooter coming in. And the Falcons trying to lock down here. Taylor 0 for 2 at the line of the game. Approaching the 5-minute mark, and K.J. Hunt inside. And DU within 4.
15 now for Hunt.
Falcons need a bucket in a bad way. Here's Jackson backing down. Looking to go to the right hand. Now he's got to throw it out. 10 to shoot. A.J. Walker cut off their baseline. Walker now trying to create his own shot up with the left hand and in. When you need a bucket, go to your money man and A.J. Walker. The leading scorer continues a big afternoon.
27 already for A.J. Walker. Really smart finish with the left hand.
Hunt the crossover, splits the defenders, and what a job by Taylor to get a hand on that ball.
And a good job by the refs not blowing the whistle. Falcons defended that one perfectly on the help defense. Ethan Taylor with the late turn got his hands up. That'll stay DU basketball.
So the Pioneers here trailing by a half dozen. A lead that was 23 trimmed to 4, now 6. It'll stay at least 6 as Jackson goes up in the air. And K.J. Hunt, Nick Jackson tangled up inside. Crowd did not like that play whatsoever.
Yeah, it was a big landing for Jackson. And then was trying to jump over was Hunt. Leg still up from Nick Jackson.
So on the inbound, here's Hunt. Gatlin. Catch it, shoot it, long iron. And Octave the rip on the backside. And how about this? A technical. I believe it was a technical. I
think it was just loose inbounds from Air Force is what they're going to call.
Unbelievable. So the Falcons, a miscue here. And Air Force really looking to tighten it up. The Falcons on the defensive end. Jackson gets a hand out of the basketball. And here we go. Octave on the floor along with Taylor, Walker, Nick Jackson, and the freshman Jake Heidbreder. Here's Heidbreder. 3:30 to go in the game. Air Force up by 6. Taylor off the screen, goes the other way. Jackson now. Heidbreder. 7 to shoot. Jackson with 5 of the shot clock. Back pass, and are they going to get it off? No. Too much time. One too many passes.
Yeah, difficult position for a shot from the baseline. DU, great opportunity. Little floater from Hunt.
And that's going to be offensive. Well, number 2 spent some time on the floor here this afternoon.
Yeah, just a little bit wild. Nick Jackson had the position.
3:02 to go. It is a 6-point game. Buckle up. A great finish coming up here at the Academy. .302 to go. It's a 6-point game here at Clune Arena. The United States Air Force Academy. The Falcons try to win their 5th straight. Led by as many as 23. The lead now to a half dozen. And this is Highbretter, the freshman, bringing it up here for Air Force. And Roland Vargas every possession. Not much more drama here in the closing minutes of this one.
Yeah, huge. DU gone a little bit cold from the field. Haven't scored in approaching 2.5 minutes. Air Force doing a good job running down the shot clock. Always an eye on that. Here's Jackson turning to the left-hand side off glass.
And can't get it to go down, but Jackson, loose ball, gets his own rebound, puts it up, no call. And here's KJ Hunt.
Yeah, Highbretter kept it alive for Air Force with the little touch.
Johnson going to the corner. And going inside, the drop, the dunk. And Peyton Moore has just trimmed the lead to 4 here with just over 2 minutes to go. And DU up off their bench. Air Force trying to steady the ship here. Inside of 2 minutes to go in a 4-point game. Here's Nick Jackson. Mills, 3, no. And they have a chance to get it to within 1 with a 3-pointer. Penn, ball fake, open look, 3, got it. That is Taylor Gatlin, the senior out of Jackson, Mississippi. The 23-point lead is down to 1 with 1:31 to go.
Beautiful extra pass, stepped into it, had time, drains it. We have got to finish here, last 90 seconds of this basketball game.
Timeout of the floor, will step aside. Stick around, we'll be right back with a great finish here at the United States Air Force Academy. Back after this. Well, the DU Pioneers and the Air Force Falcons. It's a 1-point game with 1:31 to go, and Roland Vargas, a 12-2 run over the last 5 minutes and 23 seconds, has the Pioneers within a bucket. Air Force, they haven't scored in the last 3+ minutes.
Yeah, watching the shot clock has really taken Air Force out of their offensive rhythm. Gone cold from the field. DU knocking down their last couple shots. Ticking down toward a minute remaining in this basketball game.
Octave, the screen there from Nick Jackson. 12 to shoot here for the Falcons. Octave now with the left hand. Drives down the lane, floats it up off the window. No on the roll. Ham with a rebound and a chance to take the lead on this possession for DU. Here's KJ Hunt. Going to the reverse. Doubled up there. Flips it up top to Hen. Over to Johnson now. The screen from Hen. He rolls over the left side. Moore now. Hen just outside the elbow. Got it. And Denver leads for the first time since early in the first half. They have erased a 23-point deficit. They lead by 1. 43 seconds to go in the game. Here's the freshman now, Highbretter. Highbretter with the left hand, drives, floats it up, and he can't get it to fall. But he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, good explosion from Highbretter. Just took that possession by the scruff of the neck, drove toward the basket. A little bit strong, but he'll go to the line.
It's like there's been a lid on the basket here for the Falcons in their recent possessions. DU on a 14-2 run. Air Force has not scored a point in the last 4 minutes and 5 seconds. And they do tie it up here with a free throw by the freshman Jake Highbretter. Does not matter. As long as they can close this thing out, Air Force a chance to retake the lead here with 30 seconds to go. Highbretter gets them both. Big free throws there for the freshman out of Indiana. And a timeout of the floor. Air Force back up by 1. We will take a quick break. Stick around. What a finish here at the Academy. 30 seconds to go in a 1-point game. Air Force, Roland Vargas saw their 23-point lead erased, but they regained the lead on a pair of big free throws by Jake Highbretter, the freshman. There he is. Highbretter today, 7 points, 3 of 4 from the line. This crowd on a Wednesday afternoon coming alive here at Clune Arena, and they need the fans to take them home for what would be their 5th consecutive victory of the season.
Yeah, Clune Arena getting loud. Shot clock and game clock pretty much synced up There's 0.8 extra on the game clock. Huge free throws, though, as you mentioned, from Heidbreder.
Jordan Johnson will trot it up into the front court here for DU. Here's Johnson off to the left side to Moore. Over to Gatman. Up top to Hen. Guarded tightly there by A.J. Walker. K.J. Hunt loses a handle momentarily. Doubled up off to Hen. Flips it over. 4 to shoot. Throwing it up at the hoop. Did it catch iron? No. And that will do it. Comes down to the last possession, and Air Force survives.
Yeah, great defense from Air Force, forcing DU into a really bad shot. Gatlin, nothing much he could do but heave that one up as he tried to go through the block. And we've got a little bit of some words being exchanged here on the far side. A little bit unnecessary. Good job by the DU coaching staff jumping in here. Air Force also separating their players.
Well, 66-65. Air Force saw that lead erase, but they got the 2 big free throws from Jake Heidbreder. That was the difference, and a big defensive stand at the end. And Air Force wins for the 5th time this season. They go to 5-1, and DU falls to 3-4. Well, both teams, both coaches shaking hands. That's going to do it. Air Force a winner today. Stick around. More to come. The post-game show. Air Force a winner here over the DU Pioneers. Back right after this. Big win for the Air Force Falcons this afternoon as they knock off the DU Pioneers at the end, 66-65. Josh Howell, Roland Vargas, and Roland. That 23-point lead erased, but they got a couple of big free throws at the end from Jake Heidbreder. And then a massive defensive stand at the end. And just like that, the Falcons are 5-1, winning 5 consecutive games.
Yeah, game got a lot more tense in the end from an Air Force perspective than it needed to be. Had that huge lead at halftime, but DU just kept chipping away, making small little shots here and there, getting their way back into this basketball game. And in the end, you take a look, Air Force just edging that field goal percentage, the assist. That Air Force had the huge lead in that category at halftime. They were able to keep that one, but DU came flying back in that and forced Air Force into quite a few turnovers in that second half. That'll be something that the Falcons need to clean up, just keep control of the ball, not letting their opponents back into the game.
Well, plenty of highlights in this one. The DU Pioneers, they led earlier. Air Force took the lead, and they blew it open at the half. And A.J. Walker, 21 points in the opening half.
Yeah, he was absolutely huge this afternoon for the Falcons. Finished with 27 on 10 of 14 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3. But then DU, we talked about it, them just chipping away. Big performance from Michael Henn. He finished with 16. And then the 3 from Tevin Smith, getting the Pioneers back into this basketball game.
Yeah, down by 23. They would storm back. Peyton Moore throws it down. And Henn off the fake kick out, and they would have the lead. A big 3-point field goal, but clutch free throws from Jake Heidbreder, the freshman out of Floyd's Knobs, Indiana, put Air Force up 1. And then A.J. Walker, he can score, he can defend, and he can help win a game.
Yeah, huge defensive stance from Air Force there, forcing a bad shot from DU. Air Force doing just enough, clawing their way, grappling their way to the 1-point victory here at Clune Arena on Thanksgiving Eve.
66-65 your final. Air Force goes to 5-1. The DU Pioneers goes to 3-4. Air Force winning for the 28th time in this series. Well, next up for the Falcons, Saturday afternoon against Idaho State, a team out of the Big Sky Conference. That is going to wrap it up for us here today. I'd like to thank our crew, my partner Roland Vargas. I'm Josh Howe saying so long from Clune Arena. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.